Welcome to Shepherd's Sofa, the Mpumalanga edition. In this episode, we meet renowned ceramic artist Anton Bosch, and we also look at the ever-popular craft of macrame. Before we meet Anton and his wife Hanli, let's take a look at his beautiful ceramic filled with metaphors of personal and universal stories. Anton established himself as a potter in whose work the painterly aspects play a significant role. Some examples from the prolific collection of his current work, from porcelain vases and bowls to wall murals and tiles, hand-built porcelain vessels, and ink drawings with a strong symbolic message. His work has been exhibited extensively in South Africa and is featured in various national and international collections. Hanli's work expresses her parallel interest in the medium of both clay and painting, and apart from colourfully decorated plates and bowls, she is well known for her figurines of dancers and gymnasts, as well as clay heads with otherworldly expressions. Anton Bosch, you say original art is never created in a safe middle ground, but always on the edge. Tell us about a recent original art piece that stood the test of this time.
Yeah, I think the statement is more towards ceramics. Ceramics is very technical, so there's never a safe ground, and it's always demanding, and there's a lot of extra things that could play a role. Electricity, for one, and your materials, and so forth. So at the moment, I'm busy with a commission that's going to Oslo, and it's a lot of small little tiles, but it's a huge commission. It's a lot of small detailed panels put together. And then as well, I work on very large pieces as well, large ceramic wall pieces, individual pieces. So there's always something happening in the studio. If something in the kiln, then I carry on with something else.
Anton, how does the process work? You say it's been commissioned to Oslo. So where does this start?
It's an interior decorator that does this, that we communicate with. So everything goes through him. He will tell us more or less the subject matter, what they're after, what they're looking for, color-wise. These were done all in blues, different blues and whites. They were Delft inspired. That was the brief from the beginning. But there's a lot of free reign. You use your own creativity, and your own style, of course, is that comes through. I'm a person that formulates it in my mind. It takes a long time. Well, a long time, it depends on what you do, but a couple of days, I'm thinking of something, and but I like to start. And then, because ceramics is not like a painting, for instance, where you've got to sit in front of the canvas. Ceramics, because you don't always know what the color's going to come out. So it's a hands-on medium.
Hanli, you share the same space with Anton, but your art is so far so much different.
No, it is, yes, no, for sure.
Talk us through what you do and how does this work, this dynamics, because you've got this very technical side, and I think you're more like sort of a free range.
I'm very lucky, so he's the technical one. And I am there, I just get the clay and I can just make anything and he'll fire it for me. So in that case, he's the technical one. And I love working in clay and watercolors, painting, so...
Yeah, you've got quite a variety of things.
Well, the same. He draws lovely drawings and also paintings. So if he gets tired of the clay, then that's what's happened to us. We've got different mediums.
Anton, going back to you again, I mean, obviously you talk about the technical side, but I mean the clay itself, There should be a recipe for that, should there not be? I mean, there's probably so much water to so much whatever the case might be.
Well, the small tiles that I've just been that's going to Oslo, that's a different clay. That we formulate ourselves, our own recipe. I buy raw materials in, and I make the clay according to what I need. The other clay as well that I use for my large pieces, also my own recipe. That's a totally different ceramic genre, if you want to put it that way. The clay melts right down in the kiln like a piece of glass. It takes about 3 or 4 firings to reach that sort of state. And then I roll all these different little inlay pieces that gets fused into that clay. And I make use of color pigments as well.
Now, viewers, I'm going to ask 2 personal questions. Anton, how do you feel about your wife's art?
Well, she, of course, I mean, I can only say she's fantastic. She's very talented, extremely talented.
I agree.
And I think it's a good thing for her to carry on with her watercolors if she can. She's got her ceramic studio easy there because she does lovely ceramics. I mean, beside the pipes, she does bowls, anything really that she touches. She's got her own definite style. So yes, she's extremely talented.
So, Hanli, what is really magnificent about your husband's art for you as a person?
I think he can sit for hours and hours and roll out pieces of clay. The clay that's going into his big tiles. He can do everything.
Anton, how does a family of literally all artists, how does it look like when you have a barbecue or a braai at your house or a Christmas?
It's quite interesting. Everybody, no, we get along well. We've got 3 children, and we're very fortunate. They're staying very close to where we live. Our son lives right next to us, and the other daughter's not far. And Nina, the one that does the jewelry, is also living with us now. She and her husband. So yes, if we socialise, it's quite a great occasion.
I can imagine. The flowers must be beautiful, the table must be beautiful, everything must be beautiful.
No, it's not always like that.
Oh, not?
It's very basic. We don't, well, I don't, I can speak for her as well. We like to keep life simple. So we like the simple things in life. Food must be easy, not too complicated.
Anton and Hanli, it was an absolute pleasure to have you both on Shepherd Sofa. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Macrame carries with it sense of nostalgia and a longing for the past. This art has been around a long, long time, and what makes it appealing is that you don't need tools. Just your hands to create clothing, plant hangers, wall hangings, and so the list goes on.
So macrame involves tying different knots to create an art piece. So you can actually use different kinds of materials. We mostly use cotton cord, but you can use t-shirt yarn, you can use jute, different rope, at least as long as it has a thickness of at least 2 to 3 millimeters, you can create artwork with that. Good morning everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. So today we're going to make our mini plant hanger. Has any one of you done macrame before? Nice, okay, then this is the perfect thing for you to start with because it only contains 3 knots that we're going to learn. Okay. Well, macrame as a sense has come from many different countries throughout the years. We know that in the Renaissance there was actually also macrame art on most of the very wealthy people's walls. But also in China there is a lot of macrame that stems way back, and till today we still use many of the knots that is learned in especially the Chinese macrame that still comes through today. It's a very fun class, people enjoy it so much. They talk, they learn something new, and it's something that they can take home and they can be proud of. I see many times when they come here, they say, I'm going to be a terrible learner, I'm not going to be able to do this. And when they walk out, they're also proud of what they actually accomplished.